Hey, Mystic Michaela spiritual family. Welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Today, like usual, we're talking about all things aura, but in the Gen Z way. What does aura mean in that capacity? What is aura points? What's aura farming? We're going to talk about all things Gen Z aura today. But first, hey, Scotty.
Hey, guys. All right, my first question here is, what age group is Gen Z? How old are they?
Yeah, Gen Z was born between 1997 and 2012.
Okay.
So right now they're around, if I'm doing math right, 14 to 29 years old.
Okay. So what I want you guys to do is grab your kiddos. If you have an older kid living at home, still grab them too.
Grab your 29-year-old.
Sure, grab your 29-year-old.
Maybe you are 29.
Yeah.
So.
And Abby knows about this stuff too. So grab your 11-year-old, 12-year-old.
Grab the Gen Alphas. Yeah. They know better. They know best.
Yeah. So this is for them.
Yeah.
Me and you, we're just going to come off cringy today.
Oh, this would be very cringy. Right. Fair warning.
So let's define some of these terms.
All right. So here's the thing. There's the Gen Z like aura terminology, and then there's the way that I do it. Right. So it's actually not that different. So aura for the Gen Z is like your presence, your unique energy, your confidence, your vibe, your style. Okay. So they say like somebody has aura. That's a positive thing. Like, oh, he's got aura. She's got aura. It's definitely what I do. I see life force energies around people. When they're healthy and authentic, they present in kind of vibrant ways. And I always say you can feel people like your energy speaks before you open your mouth to say one word. So it makes sense that Gen Z, has picked this up, has picked up this energy, this unseen thing, and put the word aura to it. Because I feel like it's the same thing.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying, like they're saying aura is like the cool factor, a presence. Right. But you're really saying the same thing too. Yeah. I remember when you went on Caitlin Bristow's podcast the first time. Yeah. She was not in the room.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And you could feel her aura in the building.
Yes.
And I think she's a small person.
She's fairly tiny.
Yeah, she's a tiny person.
She's little.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you asked me, did I feel it? I said no, but
oh yeah.
But you felt it throughout the building, and I'm like, and I think my thing, but she's so little. Yeah. And I think Kelly Pickler, too, when you went on her show.
Yeah.
She also, you said the aura just was everywhere.
Yes.
So I think that's what they're getting.
That's what they're saying. And it makes sense. Like that generation, if you think about it, they've had to put a lot of, I love young people. Like I've always been like this when I was teaching and whatnot. I love how like the younger generations put words to things that the older generations maybe have kind of just like, let go of or haven't talked about or haven't validated. So I feel like this younger generation, what they did with energy is they're validating your authenticity factor. Not what you have written on your resume, not what somebody says about you. Literally what you feel like and what you make other people feel like when you enter a room. And that's what they are calling having aura. Right. And they do it in ways that's really funny. So it's very positive when used alone. Like she has a natural aura. She doesn't even try. Or a place can have aura. Like this thrift store has major aura. Or like somebody could have like main character aura. Like they're living a movie. They draw attention. Yeah. All right. So it's just kind of like the thing that speaks for you, but you're not here's the key thing, like you're not trying. Like this is exactly who you are authentically. Right. That's aura.
Right. Right. And the thing is, like, this is not anything new.
No.
These Gen Zers didn't come up with it just because you were born in 1997. You think you came up with this. We were doing this too.
No, look at it.
I was group leader. Okay. We had that episode.
Yeah. But when you were a kid,
but I didn't use the word aura.
You're saying when you were 17.
Right. I had aura.
You had aura.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's kind of aura to admit that you had aura.
Yeah.
Like to me, I feel like you have aura by being so confident about saying that you had aura.
Now I have no aura, but back then I had the aura. But I never called it that. I didn't even know the word. If you even told me the word when I was 17, I wouldn't know what it was.
Well, back then
we didn't have that.
We would have used like cool factor, like that kind of thing. Like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever called cool, but,
but you had aura.
In my group, let me redefine this. In my small group of friends, in my friend group, I had aura. The rest of the school probably thought I was no aura.
Oh, okay. So then there's aura points. Okay. So if your aura is a thing. They call aura points is like the sum of your auras. So throughout the day, let's say you have aura, right? Okay. And throughout the day, you can gain and lose aura through actions.
Okay.
And that's like aura points. So you can have positive aura points or negative aura points. Okay.
Okay.
So your cool factor basically goes up or down. And like how cringe you are can take away how cool you are. Away. Can add it. So for example, let's say you're walking down the hallway and your backpack's open. You ever see a kid like that? Remember in school, the kid like had their backpack just flopping open?
Yeah.
You know, they lost aura points. You know, or let's say in the group chat, like you say something funny and the group chat's like, ha ha, oh my God, that was so fun. You just gained aura points.
Like right before we started taping this episode, I spilled water over everything.
Yeah, all of our new equipment.
Like a doofus. Yeah. And that would be losing aura points.
If you're a doofus, that's negative aura. Negative aura points. That's right. If you have cats like I do, they watch me clean the litter, right? And then they wait, and then they proceed to go into the litter and do their best work. Let's put it that way. And what would it be like if you had a litter box that never smelled again? Well, this podcast is sponsored by Boxy. Boxy is the last cat litter you'll switch to. And their Boxy Pro Deep Clean is the best cat litter money can buy. The Pro in Boxy Pro stands for probiotics, which Boxy puts right in the litter that gobble up odor-causing bacteria and keeps the box continuously odor-free. Yes, continuously. Not for 10 days or 20 days. Infinite days of continual odor freeness, and your cat won't smell anything either, so there's no like fake sense, which gives your kitty one less reason to avoid the box. And for a limited time, get 30% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to boxycat.com/knowyouraura and use code KYA. The team at Boxy sent me Boxy Pro Deep Clean, and oh my gosh, this will be the last litter I ever use. There is no question about it. You do not need to do full litter changes, okay? You just scoop it, top it off with a little more fresh Boxy litter, and that's it. And that actually works. So if you're tired of switching litters and looking for the one, get 30% off your Boxy order at boxycat.com/KYA and use code KYA. That's boxycat.com/KYA and make sure you use my code KYA so they know I sent you.
Well, I do have to plug. If you did not see the Tamron Hall show this week, Mr. Michaela was on it.
Yes.
Doing her version of Aura. And they were talking about Aura points for one of the segments. So I have to say, and I think you could probably watch it on somehow.
It's on ABC.
Yeah.
The
sure,
Tamron
demand,
Hall show.
Right? I'm sure you can get it on demand. It would have been a couple days before this aired. I would just say you had a lot of aura going out there. You got the points.
Thank you.
You got for going out there, doing your thing. You really gained a lot of aura points.
My recommendation to having aura is, I was nervous because it's a live studio audience.
Yeah.
So, you walk out and it's just like, bam, there's 100 people looking at you at once. And they're all like, oh, this is the girl that does auras. And you're like walking out there and there's Tamron Hall and she's so beautiful and she has aura. We're totally cringe this episode, guys. Yeah, we're using it.
It's kind of like a full overtime episode.
Oh, is it? Overtime has aura.
Overtime has aura.
But it could be aura farming. We're going to get into this. Okay. But anyway, so you walk out, and my recommendation to anybody that has to go do public speaking or anything like really scary where there's people looking at you, like immediately just get into it and connect with everybody. Yeah. Like I was just like, whatever. I love every single person looking at me right now. And I did. And that like really helped me.
And it showed in your aura.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay. But we have to talk about aura farming.
Okay.
So aura farming is when you're trying to look cool on purpose, from what I understand. So, all right, so where did this come from? I guess this all comes from, like, the gaming community. This is so not my age. But, like, if you have kids, they might talk about, like, I got to grind. That's what our kids say.
Yes, they do.
Like, on Adopt Me.
All the time.
They're like, I got to grind.
I'm like, Abby, do you want to watch, like, Vampire Diaries or something? No, I have to grind.
I'm grinding.
I'm like, what does that even mean?
I got to make my mega neon Easter bunny. I'm like, okay. Like, so it kind of comes from, like, farming on, like, in these games or grinding or farming. Like, it's, like, making something. Anyways, but if you're aura farming, you're trying to look cool on purpose. So it's like this curated presence. So I think, and this is where I kind of don't understand it 100%. Like it can be good and it can be not good. Like if you're farming aura and you're doing it in the right way, that's good. But if you're aura farming, that means you're trying too hard. You look like a try hard. That's negative. So like this episode is aura farming. Like we're using the language to make ourselves cooler.
Is that so? We're doing it.
This is
poorly?
negative. This whole thing's negative aura farming. This is bad. We have negative aura points.
We're getting
all of it.
Negative aura points.
100% with this episode. So like this would be like aura farming, especially if you ask like our kids.
Okay.
So like
influencers, they're aura farming.
Yeah, if they're doing it, it's like too like cringy. Like oh, she's her captions. Oh my gosh, how cringe! She's aura farming. Okay. Or KYA podcast is aura farming a whole episode about Gen Z terms. Or no, those filters aura farming. OMG, like that kind of thing.
So that like Mormon Wives show, that's total aura farming because it's horrible, and they're all trying to be something.
I don't know. Well, you have your own version of aura farming. Yeah. That's when you personally don't like somebody. Now you just start saying, "Oh, that's aura farming." Okay.
So basically, if
you have your own, I think we were driving behind somebody slow today, and you were like, "Wow, they're such an aura farmer," and I'm like, "That's not just because you don't like somebody
so
doesn't mean you can say aura farmer."
Scotty doesn't like you. That's not aura farming.
Right. So I feel like. So that's like the three main things before we get into, I guess, like utilizing these.
So how would you do like aura farming, positively? You'd have to be like really honestly, you'd have to be cool,
right? So like there's this trend right now, and I think it's happening a lot in schools, like where let's say you're walking behind a kid, let's say you're the teacher and you're walking behind a kid, and the kid like drops a piece of paper and you're like, here, Johnny, here's your piece of paper, and he turns around, signs it, and hands it to you. Like you want like kind of like you wanted his autograph. You're welcome. That's like funny aura farming. Okay. Like he just farmed his aura in like a funny way.
So like the stuff I did in high school, I could say a couple of things right now. Probably like so like one day it was for English class. It was after lunch, and I decided to take out a toothbrush and brush my teeth in the class while the teacher was giving a lesson.
What row were you in?
I was like the middle. Like
okay.
Is that so? That would be. Trying to aura farm, but gone wrong?
No, I think that's aura farming in a good way.
Oh, that is a good way.
Yeah, I think that's like a good way because like you just kind of went for it, and it could have been cringy.
Right.
But did you get laughs? Like were people like, did they think it was funny?
Well, I got kicked out of the class.
Okay.
But I think I got more confusion. Like what is he doing?
Like what's he doing?
Like,
but your humor takes a while. It really takes like a palate.
Okay.
Like a. Like, did other students come up to you later and they were like funny, or they were like, "You're such a freak, Scott"?
No, I think it was more like, like you missed the mark on that. Now the other time I did it was again English class. It was always English class. The English
poor lady.
No, this was a different English.
Oh, okay.
This was next year English class.
Okay.
It was 11th grade, I think, or senior year. I don't remember. A big song then was "I Can't Dance" by Phil Collins.
Right.
And they had this dance where like three guys would walk, doing a funny dance, and I decided with two other people to get up on the windowsill of the classroom while the lady was teaching. I was terrible. And we did the I Can't Dance walk.
Okay.
Is that aura farming?
Yeah, that's aura farming.
So it's bad.
Did they think it was funny?
I think that one I got more like laughs.
I think like if it's well received, aura farming can be positive.
Okay.
But there's like ways that people farm their aura on purpose. Like I was looking, there's like different types of aura farmers. Okay. Like there's an aura farmer, for example, who your looks, oh my God, this is so cringy, guys. I'm sorry. There's like looks maxing aura farming.
What's that?
That's where you, like, let's say you're meeting up with all your friends, okay? And you're like, hey guys, but like everybody just like dress casual, don't try or anything. And then you come in, you look like amazing. Like you obviously tried, like your looks maxing, but you farmed your aura by making sure everybody looks like crap. And then you come in looking like amazing.
Okay. I never do that. I just always wear my hoodie, but Petro Honchar sometimes does.
Yes, I can see like Petro Honchar doing that. Okay. So there's like different types of aura farmers. Like you can also aura farm your mystique.
Yeah.
By being more mysterious on purpose. Yeah. Like when somebody asks you a question, you're just like silent, or you're like, I don't know. Like that's like aura farming, like with mystique. Okay. That's like a different kind of aura farmer as well. So maybe your aura farming was more like getting like class clown was your way of aura farming.
Okay. This sounds a lot more complicated than your style of the 9 aura colors, mixed match. tricolor tornado, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because the kids, like, I think the idea behind it is you being authentic. But then, and like just being yourself, and the whole thing of like to have aura is you don't care what anybody thinks. Like that's how you really have aura.
That's how you
But then
aura.
all the stuff around it is based on what people think about you at the same time.
Yeah.
So to have real aura, my thought would be you don't care about gaining or losing points or if you're farming or not. Like you just do you, and then you have aura, and then like forget about like, oh, negative aura or she's aura farm. Like you got to forget about all that to even have aura.
Okay.
It's crazy.
It's
in depth.
But at the end of the day, they're really just tapping into the same thing.
It's just like it's authentic energy and you're picking it up.
And you're just picking it up.
Yeah. And then also I think like if let's say you lose your like negative aura points, like let's say you trip in front of your crush, like you're walking and you're like, oh, I tripped in front of my crush, or like you see somebody waving, if this ever happened to you, and you're like, oh, hi, and you wave and you realize they were just waving at the person behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's real bad,
Yeah,
like
bad.
that's like losing. But like if you own it, your aura can break through the negativity of it.
All right. So should we?
It's so funny.
I think we maybe need some examples, like of who has aura, who doesn't have aura, who's got aura points, who doesn't have aura points.
This episode of Know Your Aura is brought to you by Wild Grain. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas. Unlike many store-bought options, Wild Grain uses simple ingredients you can pronounce in a slow fermentation process that can be easier on your belly and richer in nutrients and antioxidants. Plus, all items conveniently bake in 25 minutes or less with no thawing required. Wild Grain's boxes are fully customizable. In addition to their variety box, they have a gluten-free box, a vegan box, and a new protein box. And our Wild Grain box this month, we had a few loaves of their sourdough bread, and I put them in the oven, 25 minutes or less. They were done. They were so crunchy on the outside, like the perfect crust. Inside was chewy and soft and delicious, and I cut up the pieces of bread in like little bite-sized pieces, and then I made like a little soup board so we could like the kids and I could like dip the little pieces of bread in little soups. It was just really special and it was delicious, and I highly recommend this fun treat. So imagine having fresh bakery quality bread, pastries, and pasta at home without any trips to the store. And don't just take my word for it. They have over 40,000 5-star reviews and have been voted the best food subscription box by USA Today for 3 years in a row. For a limited time, Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off your first box plus free croissants for life when you go to wildgrain.com/KYA to start your subscription today. That's $30 off your first box and free croissants for life when you visit wildgrain.com/KYA, or you could use promo code KYA at checkout. Yeah, we need to apply this in real life scenarios.
All right, I think we got to do this. All right, let's start with everyone loves this guy.
Yeah.
We talk about him all the time on the show. He gets his peaches down in Georgia.
Yes.
We know that. Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber has had a rough ride lately, but when he came out to do his Coachella set, and if you didn't watch it, what happened was he came out, he kind of fiddled with a laptop or something. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched like clips I saw. And he fiddled with his laptop, and then behind him came his old YouTube videos from when he was a kid. And then he just sang along with his old YouTube videos. And that was it.
Okay.
I will say his aura, which is green-purple, looked amazing. It was projecting. It was authentic. He was having fun. He was doing what he wanted to do. So based on Gen Z terminology, I would say he had aura. And I don't think he was aura farming on purpose, because he was just like, I'm going to do the bare minimum to get my unprecedented Coachella pay, which was like $10 million for this set. And he's like, I'm going to do the bare minimum and I don't care. And he did. And for some reason, his lack of perceived effort towards it, I think actually did farm his aura.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't farming his aura on purpose.
Right.
Am I doing this right?
I don't know, but...
Does that sound right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
But he looked great. He looked like... Just back to the Mystic Michaela way of doing it, like his aura did look really healthy, and I always worry about this kid. I think my mom instincts are always like, oh my God, Justin, and he looked better, so I was happy that he looked good.
So, and we'll give him aura points for that.
He gets aura points for taking care of himself and doing things his way.
This person's not on the list, but I'm just going to add her right now. Okay. Selena Gomez, no aura points, negative aura points, stealing from Mystic Michaela, even more negative aura points. Okay.
that.
I am not letting that go.
Okay.
All right. Al Roker.
Al Roker's got aura.
He's got aura.
He's just got aura. Natural aura.
Natural aura.
He's green, purple, blue, by the way. But he has aura.
He just has it.
Done.
How?
I don't know.
How come I can't have the
He's just so cool.
How come I can't have the Al Roker aura points?
Everybody wants Al Roker aura.
Aura points.
Al Roker aura should be its own aura.
And the thing is, he's been doing it. You know it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Because he's been doing it forever.
He's so consistent aura.
I don't know when he started doing the weather.
Yeah.
But it was like many, many years ago. And he still has it today.
Remember when he used to go on Conan O'Brien? I'm aging myself. He was so funny. Like, he's just like consistently cool.
You know, Conan O'Brien. All right, he's not on the list either, but we could go off list here.
Okay.
I think he aura farms.
He does aura farm.
You know,
he lost aura points like with I think going more mainstream, like with posting the Oscars and stuff.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, you lose negative aura.
Like he had it, I think in the beginning when he started.
Yeah.
He had the aura.
He had aura.
But then somewhere along the line, I think he lost it.
I think he's always been farming his aura.
Yes.
But at some point, it just got too much.
Bad crops. The crops went bad.
Bad aura crops.
Bad crops. Okay.
All right. Beyonce. Aura. I mean, she just walks out and everyone's like, there's something about her.
Sure.
Like, even if I can't imagine what it's like to see her in person, like on stage or whatever. It must be like, oh, whoa, you know. But like even on TV or whatever, you're like, wow. And she's got like the mystique aura farming. Like, I feel like she doesn't talk unless she wants to. She's very careful about how she appears and who she appears and when she appears. So I feel like she aura farms her mystique, but it works for her.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. She's purple blue, but.
All right. Now here's one that upsets me.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Honnold.
Yeah, it's hard for you.
Okay, Alex Honnold was the guy that free soloed El Cap.
Yeah, you know him now because...
Yeah, he did the stunt with the tower.
The Netflix special, and was it Shanghai?
I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so his aura is what, green?
He's green.
Definitely green.
He's green.
Green, just green.
He's like very green, blue. He's green, blue.
All right, so... Can I do a little history with Alex
Yes,
Honnold?
go ahead. And do it aura related with context.
Okay. Well, first I have to say, it's very hard to impress me. Oh, extremely hard to impress me. And throughout my life, I just feel I'm no better than anyone, and no one's better than me.
I feel like the speech is aura farming.
It might be. But let me just give the speech.
Okay.
And the reason why is because we all do the same functions. We all go to the bathroom.
Right.
We all have to do things, sleep, eat, blah, 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 blah. So that's why, when I see someone like Kim Kardashian out there or Selena Gomez, I'm like, ugh, gross. You're not better than anybody, even though they think they are. Okay. But Alex Honnold, when he climbed El Cap without a rope, it impressed me so much that I'm like, this guy's not human. Okay. Thus, he's out of my scope of my logic, which is no one's better than me because we all do the same things. But this guy isn't human. Yeah. How did he do that?
Yeah.
He impressed me so much that I put him on a pedestal of no one else in the world.
It's true. For many years.
For many years. This was the one exception to the rule.
Yeah.
If he wanted to be better than me, I would be like, okay with it.
If you want to see someone with aura, you watch Free Solo.
Right.
Watch that documentary. That guy's got aura.
I watched that documentary 10 times.
Yeah.
This guy had aura.
Aura.
The greatest points you could give someone. As many feet as Mount Everest, whatever. That's how many aura points he had.
Lived in a van, and he didn't even bother to have utensils. He ate with just the same spoon he cooked with.
Yeah, just ate with a spoon.
I mean, that's aura.
And now, then, of course, this documentary got big.
Yeah.
He did a couple other documentaries, which were okay. Mm-hmm. Lost a few points, but not a lot of points. Yeah. But then he did the tower thing.
Yeah.
And I know, first of all, that is an incredible feat. Yeah. It's insane. I totally... was mesmerized.
Obviously, that's cool. Yeah.
But to me, and if you watch any of his other documentaries, he never, ever talked about doing a man-made structure. He was only about structures in nature.
That is true.
And the documentary was leading you to believe that was his number one goal in life, to climb that tower. Now, maybe it is. I don't know the guy personally, but I don't think so.
Right.
So I would say he lost a lot of aura points with me. Maybe others, but he was aura farming. Was that documentary aura farming for Netflix? I agree with you.
I feel like that documentary was aura farming from Netflix. I mean, if you hadn't been familiar with him before, you might not have thought that way. You might have been like, whoa. But I think because, we were so familiar with him parasocially before. That when we saw that, we're like, oh, sell out.
Sell out.
And then I think aura farming could be sell out. It
could be.
Too. That could qualify as an aura farming situation.
Yeah, it was a total sellout.
Yeah.
I had to watch it on like fast forward. It was.
Well, the announcers were horrific.
Terrible. There were signs that he was aura farming. I think he did like a deodorant commercial or something.
Like a soap
commercial.
Soap or something.
I'm like, Alix, come on, man. You're the guy that did El Cap without
But I kept
a rope.
saying, like, he's married, and I think he does, his wife's probably like, please stop climbing things.
Yeah, but that was terrifying. The tower, he could have died at any second.
But for him, it's like easy.
That was probably easy.
Also, if you see him climb other things, like a man-made structure, I'm not saying that's not hard, but if it's a pattern he probably understood.
Yeah, his green brain.
Yeah, he's like, it's like this. He memorized all the steps of his hands and his feet for El Cap. Like, he had it totally memorized. In his head. Like, you gotta watch that. That's a crazy.
All right. Well, now, Alix Honnold, I think you lost order.
Yes.
All right. The next one we have on the list is Alex Cooper versus Alex Earle.
Everyone's asking you about this.
Okay.
And I just don't think it's that deep.
No.
But we have to talk about, I thought, let's throw it in here.
Okay.
All right. So Alex Cooper is yellow purple. Alex Earle is a tricolor. She's yellow purple blue.
Okay.
I was on Alex Earle's podcast.
Correct.
And she is like, I'm biased. She is the nicest person. She made a video for my daughter. I was like, oh, my daughter's such a fan. She took my phone and made a video like, hi, Brianna.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I think the most aura points you've ever had was
oh my God.
after you did the Alex Earle podcast.
Yeah, you're so right.
Because every one of Bree's friends looked at you with googly eyes.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, tell us everything. And they all knew that you were on the podcast.
I know.
Now, I think our other listeners, I don't know what the age of our average listener is. I'd say maybe 30s or something around there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were impressed, but the kids.
Oh my God. I was the coolest kid.
I mean,
cooler than I've ever been in high school, even when I was in high school.
We walked into the Y and all the teens that worked there were
oh my God, yeah. They're like, I heard you.
Alex,
I heard you on the podcast. Like, I was like the coolest person if you were like 15 to 18.
That was your peak week.
I was in life.
In life.
My aura points were so
the highest
big.
ever.
Yeah, super big that week.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, she's a very nice person. So anyway,
the colors.
So here's the feud. So I'll do the feud in aura color, aura color.
Okay.
Right. So Alex Cooper is yellow purple. And she has the whole Unwell network or whatever. And then she got Alix on her network with her podcast. And nobody knows what happened, but they kind of split up, and everybody was like, that seems a little awkward. Like, it felt awkward. We felt it, okay? We felt it. Everybody felt it. But nobody ever talked about it. But I guess Alex Earle, according to Alex Cooper, has been, like, liking posts that say things about Alex Cooper that aren't nice, or reposting things that are a little bit, like, according to Alex Cooper, passive-aggressive, okay? And so it's like, well, what's going on, And because Alex Cooper, when she did release Alex Earle from the podcast network, I guess she did give her all her rights, and she could still do her podcast under her own name and all that. So here's my thought. Alex Cooper is yellow purple. They're very honest and they're very direct. And they will do things by the book. And like what they think looks good on paper, like that kind of thing. So I think Alex Cooper is like, okay, I don't want, for whatever reason, where this isn't working, and I'm just going to let you go. And in her mentality and her logic, I feel like she felt like she did the honorable thing logically. Like, here's this, but we're not going to be best friends, and I'm not going to hold your hand through it. And I'm not going to, sometimes yellows can get a little, especially when they're in business situations, they can be perceived as a bit cold.
Okay.
So I think Alex Cooper might have been perceived that way by Alex Earle, a little bit like, all right, we're not going to be besties, bye, and I'm probably not going to return a lot of texts, or I'll take a long time on my system and I'll get back to you instead. I don't know any of this. This is just these are my examples.
Okay.
Now, Alex Earle has the blue in there, and she's tricolor. And I met her. She's very sweet, and she's kind, and she's like very emotional, and I am too, so I get it, and so it's kind of like, I don't want to just like break up with you I want this to be, give me a pat on the back, like, let's keep the doors open, like, let's be nice to each other, like, let's not pretend we didn't even have a relationship ever, or a friendship ever. And I can see Alex Earle being a little bit like feeling slighted and being like, hey, that's not cool, And I can see, and I don't know if this is true, but I can see her kind of maybe reposting things or liking things in her way of being like, well, yeah, because she wasn't that nice to me. She doesn't talk to me. Now she's, like that. I get it because, like, I've been there. Like, I get it, So I think it's not that deep. Mm-hmm. I think like if Alix and Alix sat down and just like held each other's hands and looked each other's eyes and just had a good hug out cry session, it would be fine. I just don't think it's that deep. I think it's just misinterpreted stuff without communication that's happened. I mean, I'm sure there's business things and whatnot that might be I'm missing or not leaving out, but I think like that's the crux of it.
Okay. I have a little bit of a take too.
Okay, go ahead.
And this goes back to my people thinking they're better than other people.
Okay.
We'll do it that angle. And I could be wrong on this too. And I don't want to upset anyone here because Alix Cooper, if you're listening, call her daddy? Mm-hmm. Invite us anytime. Or invite Mr. Michaela anytime. Alix already invited us. Now, what about this take? Both yellows. Alix Earle.
Yeah.
She got big.
She did.
She got real big.
Yeah.
And maybe, and I don't want to knock Alix Cooper.
Yeah.
Maybe she got, and she has a big network, huge network.
Yes,
maybe she got a little too big for the network.
Oh.
And there were some bad feelings there because maybe Alix Earle realized she needed to spread her wings.
Okay.
Because Alix Cooper is made, right? She's self-made with her whole network of podcasts.
Yeah.
And then maybe Alix Earle got too big to be on that network.
Like too popular?
Too popular, yeah, too popular.
Okay.
But I love them both. I think they're both great.
Like, I want to go and call her daddy. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah. So you're both great.
I'd love to explain
take Mystic Michaela's advice, work it out, sit it down, get your yellows going together.
I see what you mean though. I think there could be I see what you're saying, like some business dealings.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I want a percentage and I don't want to give you that percentage. And who knows, like kind of like little weird little things like that.
Or maybe people were even saying, if you stay under that umbrella, that's her umbrella.
Yeah.
Maybe you need your own umbrella.
Because then she's going to take this and this and this.
Yeah. Which is, I think, a thing that could be worked out.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know what that has to do with
I'm aura treading here.
You're treading.
Just in case someone listens.
You're treading aura. But you're admitting it.
Yes.
Which is aura. I don't know what that is.
I got bad crops. I got bad crops. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I put this one down. This was
He just had to do this one.
I had to do this one.
I have to share with you my skincare routine. And it has been completely revolutionized. And this is all because of OneSkin. Now, every morning and every evening, I use 3 products. I use the OneSkin Face, the OneSkin Eye, and the OneSkin Lip Peptide. And I will tell you, I have noticed such a difference in terms of my skin looking more hydrated, firmer. I've noticed it look more glowy. Also, the products themselves aren't greasy. They go on with ease. They're light. They feel good. And I love that at the core of what they do is their patented OS1 peptide. This is the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells. This is a key driver of wrinkles, fine lines, and the loss of elasticity. All the signs of skin aging. And these results have been validated in 4 different peer-reviewed clinical studies, and they've been validated by me. I have been using this for almost 3 months now, and I can see such a difference in what my skin looked like before and what it looks like now. And born from over a decade of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. For a limited time, try OneSkin with 15% off using code KYA at oneskin.co/KYA. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code KYA. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Jack Nicholson.
All right.
So you would have to be an older listener to know this one,
like
maybe.
The Shining.
Shining. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one of the books I did read in high school. Every other book I didn't, so I actually did read that one. Mm-hmm. And now today, you wouldn't know who he is. I bet you Gen Z would not even know who this guy is.
They don't know who that
They
is.
would know even.
No. Kids don't know who
And
that
the
is.
last movies he made, you'd be like, well, that guy?
Yeah.
But when he was younger, this guy had aura.
He had aura.
This guy had aura. When he was in those movies, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest again, the guy had aura. This guy was just like, wow. And I think if you would have met him at that time, you would have, it would have oozed out of him.
There's creepy stuff coming out about him.
Yeah. No. I'm not going to say he's the greatest person on earth or anything. I'm just saying.
I don't think it means you're great.
No,
Having aura. I think it just means you have a presence.
Yes, I think, right, exactly. He had like a presence.
Yeah.
Like when you think of like when the Oscars were big.
Yeah.
They're crap today. But like when they were actually,
he was always in the front row.
He was always in the front row.
Always.
And he, when people actually watched the Oscars, he was like a star right there.
Yeah.
He like oozed it out of him.
Yes. He was authentically that way.
Yeah, like just his mannerisms, his facial expressions, how he was. So I thought, and I think I would have to guess he's green and purple.
Yeah, he's green purple.
Green purple, yeah.
Well, now we thought it would be interesting. Oh, wait, are we doing which one do you want to do next?
You want to do some historical figures?
Okay, we thought it would be interesting. Scott's a history teacher, and we thought we would do historical, do you have aura? And aura points in aura farming. But first, our daughter, who's 17 and in high school right now, is also a history buff.
Yes.
And this is the text I sent her literally like 5 minutes before we started taping. I said, which figure from history has aura?
Okay. Who'd she say?
And then also, why do you think John Adams had aura?
Okay.
Because she loves John Adams. Like if
she does.
John Adams has a fan, it's our kid Brianna.
Right.
Okay. So this is why, according to her, John Adams had aura.
Okay.
He didn't own slaves, and he kept his cool during the quasi-war with France and the XYZ affair.
Ooh.
And then she also wants to tell everybody that James Polk has aura.
James Polk?
Who's that? And he met with the king, like in 1785, like a boss. And Abigail Adams is a boss, too, by association.
Wow. James Polk he got us our northern. He's a president. He got us our northern border.
Oh.
So we're like, if you look at where Washington State meets Canada.
Okay.
That was like James Polk's doing.
It's cool. He got aura because he met with the king.
Yeah.
To do it.
54-40 and fight. 54-40 and fight, I think was his campaign slogan.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like to get that line of latitude.
Okay. And what does it mean by John Adams kept his cool during the quasi what?
I mean, John Adams did have some scandal, but I think what she's picking up with John Adams is like, when you think of the American Revolution, and if you think of a guy who was really like to the principles, I would say he had to be either red and blue or a Christmas tree guy.
Yeah.
I think he, to the core, really truly believed in the principles of the revolution.
Okay.
And I think he stuck to that. Maybe when he became president, I don't know if that dissipated a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think when he was running, one of the leaders of the revolution.
Okay.
And, in the Continental Congress and all that, I think he really held to those principles.
He had aura.
And I think he had aura. I think a lot of people didn't like him, though.
Right.
I think he might have had too much aura at times.
Okay.
And maybe he did aura farm a little bit. He was like long-winded and talk a lot. And I don't know.
No, John, all right.
Cool character in history.
All right. So there you go.
All right.
And then we have, what's his name?
Napoleon.
I was going to call him Neapolitan.
Like the ice cream?
Yeah.
All right. Now,
what about Napoleon? Go ahead.
I'm going to preface this. I'm going to do a couple of historical figures.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to preface this that they weren't good guys.
Okay.
They're not, doesn't mean they were good people.
Right.
I'm just saying that they had aura.
They had aura.
Right. So this is why I think Napoleon had aura. First of all, they always say he has like the short man syndrome.
Yes.
So for a little guy, but he's probably average height for the time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a guy that he became the emperor of France.
Right.
He ravaged Europe, took it all over. Right, controlled all of Europe from Spain to invading Russia and everything in between. Italy, Scandinavia. This guy was the ruler.
Right.
He had put the rest of Europe in despair. Okay. So you would, right? So if you did that, right, you would think all the leaders would hate him and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he finally, he goes into Russia. He's got a big blunder. I know I'm going a little bit too much history here, but he's got to retreat from Russia.
Right.
And then the European nations finally realize, okay, we got him at a weak point because his Grand Army just got annihilated in Russia, but more from the elements and anything else, the winters. And now we could attack him. So Austria, Prussia, Russia, Sweden, all these countries came together and to fight France, just France, in the Battle of Nations.
Okay.
And they finally defeated Napoleon.
Okay.
So now, what would you think if this guy had just destroyed Europe for almost like a decade,
right?
And he lost, and you captured him.
Oh, they captured him.
Yeah, he's captured.
Okay.
What would you do with this guy?
When they didn't kill him?
You'd kill him right away, right?
Yeah.
You just shoot him.
Yeah.
Right on the spot.
Right.
We don't want this guy ever to be anything again.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't.
Why?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is why I think he had aura.
He had aura.
They exiled him to a nice cushy island called Elba.
Okay.
He kept his titles. They still called him emperor.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
There's no like historical reason, like he didn't know somebody or like what?
No, I mean, well, people of France could have still said you're the emperor,
right?
Because he was their emperor. But why would the Russians and the Austrians and the Prussians?
Maybe he was just very like cool.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He must have some.
He was like real likable or something.
Right. So what is it? Okay, so you'd think, all right, we got him. This is like Vampire Diaries, when people they have a chance to kill someone and they never do.
Yes, we're on season 7, by the way.
So it was like, all right, why didn't you just kill him right then and there?
Yeah.
They don't kill him. Guess what he does?
What?
He escapes.
What?
Yeah, they didn't even put him far away. Like you'd think, all right, fine, we're going to put him on the most remote island we can find.
Like Siberia or something.
Yeah, Elba was pretty close to Europe.
Oh.
He escapes, gets back to France.
Okay.
Gets his army back.
What?
Yep. And wages one massive last battle.
Okay.
So escapes from Elba. He's 100 days after
only 100 days?
Later. 100 days later.
Wow.
He's got a huge French army.
Dang.
Ready to go again. And they fight it out in Belgium, Battle of Waterloo.
Oh, yeah.
And, same England, Russia,
they all
Austria,
show up
Prussia.
Again. They're like,
they all show up
with
again.
This guy? Yeah.
Again with this guy. They defeat him at the Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah.
And, okay, what do you think they would do to him?
They thought they'd kill him.
You'd think they'd kill him, right?
Yeah.
Right. You're never going to do this again to us.
Right.
We're going to kill you now.
Right.
No.
What?
They exiled him again to St. Helena, an island a little further away with less amenities. Because Elba had like all these amenities. You had like a palace in Elba. But St. Helena was like kind of like a shack.
Okay.
So they kind of downgraded him.
All right.
So, all right, we got to send you further away.
Right.
But they didn't kill him.
What?
And they still,
Did he stay there?
Yeah, until he died. They believe he died of stomach cancer. You know how he always had his hand like in his shirt? You ever see an image of him? He always has like the hand in his pot, like going across his stomach. The theory is that he had stomach cancer, and that's why he always did that. I don't know if that's true or not.
God,
but
that's interesting.
They think he died of stomach cancer.
Okay.
I don't know if it's 100%.
That's a bad
accurate.
one.
Yeah. So a guy like that, although he, destroyed Europe and had them at war for so many years, there was still something about him that they respected.
He must have had aura.
He had aura.
Yeah.
I think it was probably more, to answer your question that you were asking me earlier, I think it was probably more the way he conducted himself on the battlefield.
Okay.
The way he waged war. It was very by the book.
Okay.
It wasn't underhanded. It was, I'm going to beat you in a fair pitched fight.
So they had respect for his way of doing things.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who do you got next?
Want to do a couple more?
Yeah.
All right, Andrew Jackson.
Oh.
All right. Now, first of all, he's not a nice person. Yeah. Very bad man. Very bad.
That's like Bree's least favorite.
Yeah, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
We all know about the Trail of Tears.
Not everybody knows that.
Well, he sent basically the Cherokees to their death.
Yeah.
On the Trail of Tears.
That's awful.
To find the courts. But this guy definitely did have aura about him.
Yeah.
Old Hickory was his nickname. Oh. He really was like kind of the first president to campaign.
Okay.
Like when we think of campaigns.
He was aura farming.
This guy was aura farming. And he had this whole image of himself that, I'm this guy. I fought in the War of 1812. I did this. I did that. He had, he had a bullet in him. He had he liked to fight in duels, where you just line up and you shoot guns at.
Yeah.
They said I think he was in over 100 duels, they say. I don't know if that's the lore. Maybe he wasn't a lot of duels, but I don't know if it was 100.
Okay.
One he got shot in. That's why he had a bullet in him.
He just stayed there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there was one time someone was going to assassinate him, and the gun misfired, and then he just took his cane and just started beating the crap out of the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had a lot of lore.
He had lore.
Lore.
The kids always say that lore. Yeah.
Aura. Again, not a good guy. I'm not saying he's a good guy.
No.
He defied the courts. The court said you can't do that, and he's like, all right, who you're going to stop me? What is the Supreme Court going to do? They have no army.
Sounds very familiar.
It does sound very familiar.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people do compare him to the current president.
Right.
Yeah. So there was something about him.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not giving him a positive spin here.
No, but he had aura.
But he had aura.
That's interesting. And lore.
Aura
and lore.
Even money. He hated money. The funniest part is he hated money, but he's on the $20 bill. He created the Panic of 1837, which basically set us into a depression, recession.
Okay.
Because he didn't like money and he wanted to get rid of the Bank of the United States and bring everything to like go. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it didn't work. But he was he was defiant.
He was defiant. Okay.
He had the aura.
He had a defiant aura.
Yeah.
All right.
But again, I just want to make sure I'm not a fan of Jackson. Please. I know what he did to the Native Americans, and that is so awful that.
But aura can, how do I put it? Yeah, like I think the way Gen Z uses it, it's supposed to be kind of like a positive thing, but it can be just like someone's presence, I think, too, is another way they use it.
All right. And the last one I put down here, Jumanji style, Genghis Khan.
Oh.
Genghis Khan.
I only know him from Night at the Museum.
Oh, right. You just got the aura, right?
Yeah, he had aura.
He was the one that brought the Mongol Empire, brought them, fought off the Chinese, brought them back. But the reason why I put him down as aura is because apparently 1 out of every 200 men could trace their lineage back to Genghis Khan.
He had that many kids?
Yeah, well, I guess so. The claim is that he had over 500 lady friends.
Oh, my God.
I think like 5 or 6 serious lady friends.
Okay.
But over like 500 something total lady friends.
And that that many kids, I guess.
I guess he, wow. I mean, that's like constant. Like
this is like all day long.
Yeah, to get.
Like, what was he? How did he have time to do anything?
I know. To get almost 1% of the world's population to your genes.
That is weird.
You gotta be, when did he have the time?
Yeah.
So I guess he must have had a lot of aura.
Yeah.
To be able to do this.
Well, I mean, I don't know if those women had choices.
Yeah, right.
But he definitely was like kid maxing.
Right. Right.
Something maxing.
Yeah.
Jumanji maxing.
Yeah. All right.
Ew. We can't just leave it there.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, we can? Okay. This was the most cringiest episode we've ever done. For any Gen Z or Gen Alphas that had to endure this, sorry. I won't be doing it again. But this podcast is for you and about you, and we're so glad you spent some time with us today.